Welcome to Blackboard discussion on Monopoly number 1. When we start this, we want to talk about first perfect competition. You remember that one? In perfect competition, that's one kind of market structure. It has many sellers and people can come in and out of the market. Easy entry and exit. Now, way over here on the other side is something called monopoly. That's what we're going to talk about in the next few lectures. Now, in monopoly, it's completely different. You only have one seller, not many sellers. And they don't take the market price like they did in perfect competition. They decide what the market price is. So they make the price. Some people call them price makers. But the most important thing about a monopoly is there's always some kind of blocked entry. In other words, if they're making a profit and you want to start doing it too, you can't. For some reason, a monopoly somehow blocks entry. Let's list some of the reasons why they do that or how they do that. Let's say Steve Albert produces a brand new mouse trap, catches mice like mad. It's going to solve the mouse problem around the world. And you know what he can do? He can do it, and he can do it at a low cost. As a matter of fact, his company's so huge and it costs so much to devise the machine that's going to make this mouse trap. It's going to be difficult for you to get involved and start. It's not like you can just all of a sudden open up this thing in the middle of your garage or something, because you need a giant manufacturing plant to make this kind of mousetrap. Economies of scale keeps you out. That's a blocked entry. Let's think of something else that might stop people from entering a market. Well, Steve's not only got this huge manufacturing plant, but guess what? I've got a patent for the cheese that I put in my mousetrap. And as a matter of fact, I've got a license that will also keep you out of there. These are legal ways of getting you away from entering my market. Now, that's the kind of thing you can't handle. You can't break those. Well, what else can I do to keep you out of there? Well, I might own some resources. So if I own all the resources, let's say I own all the, I don't know, I own all the cheese that attracts these mice there. There's some nice aromatic cheese that gets them in my trap. If I own the manufacturing and all of the cheese that gets them in my trap and you don't get it, you can't make it. You can't enter this market. You're blocked. I've blocked your entry there. You can't come in. Of course, there are some other things like illegal ways of blocking entry. I might not let anybody put other mouse traps on their shelves. I might do something illegal to stop them. I could, I guess, break your arm if in case you don't want to come in. Anyway, let's not talk about that. 5, here's one more thing. It's called a network externality. Now this one's a little bit different. It's a little bit new. It's really got to do with kind of computer software and stuff like that. Imagine there are people like this all around the country and they each have a computer that they work on. There, this guy's computer's here, and so on and so on. Here's all their computers. And when they actually use their computer, they use a bit of software that's pretty fancy, goes on the lines, and it can talk to this computer so long as these got the software. As a matter of fact, it can almost read their minds and read their computer. It's so nice. They're totally connected. Now this guy's got to buy some software. He'd like to enter into this kind of network. So guess what he does? Well, he buys the same software. Now there's a network of 3 people. This guy would like to talk to as many people as possible. So guess what? He has to buy the same kind of software, and so on and so on and so on. A lot of people join the network. There's something positive about buying that software. Guess what? Oh, let's put a software like, I guess, Microsoft up there. Let's think of YouTube. Where do you go, etc. There's a kind of snowball effect. How would this work in my cheese example? Oh, I don't know. I don't think it does. This is mostly good for online internet stuff. Well, for the most part, there you go. That's the basic difference between monopoly and perfect competition. There's one seller in a monopoly. They make their own price. They don't take the market price, and somehow they block entry. And here's our list. Economies of scale, legal patents, legal license. I own the resources. I might illegally stop you from entering the market. And of course, there might be a network X. Now, what's the point of all that? The point is, in perfect competition, when there was profits, what happened? Well, we had excess profits. We weren't at production efficiency. We weren't at allocation efficiency. Things weren't running beautifully to solve that unlimited wants limited resources problem. But you know what we did? Easy entry. The supply curve shifted to the right, and we got back to allocation efficiency and production efficiency. And everything was okay again. There was a good solution for society. What about over here? No way. That's not going to happen. People can't enter the market. That's why this is so important. Enough for now. I'll see you next time in Monopoly 2, where we'll talk about marginal revenue, marginal cost, and get into diagramming it. Shouldn't be too tough. See you there.